last draft question before we move on here. An offensive tackle or an offensive lineman or a linebacker in the first round. I'll say this. I think the Steelers, if they're going to draft an offensive lineman in the first round, unless somebody falls, I think right now there's a better chance, and right now is early, but right now there's a better chance it's a guard than it is a tackle, just from judging, who's probably going to be there. And I just think that the talent probably goes interior line.
Yeah, give me an offensive lineman over.
Offensive lineman over linebacker either way. But I'm going to say
I'm not going to lie. I have yet to find. I still have to watch a little bit more of Drew Sanders because I've only watched like a game or two of his. But I've yet to find I've yet to find an inside linebacker I would want in the first round. That's just
what happened to the Noah Sewell thing? That kind of hit me like just a couple days ago.
Him and Justin Flo had rough seasons this year for Oregon. I unfortunately got down an Oregon defensive rabbit hole. I watched every game that they played last year because I was watching Gonzalez. So I didn't watch. I haven't watched so like a ton, just him individually. But like when I was watching their defense, I was not too incredibly impressed. So him and Justin Flo, neither one of them were. They both had really high hype coming into the season. It just didn't.
I think you could get I mean, if Noah Sewell falls to the second round, snag him there, and then you just taking a risk on somebody in the second round. That's totally worth it to me. But
I don't want to. I don't want an inside linebacker that high. We talked about this on the pod, but I'd prefer them get a linebacker in free agency. I think the free agency class is better, even if it costs you a little bit more money. I watched this. Somebody just put up Trent Simpson.
Yeah.
I watched Simpson a couple of days ago, actually, because he's a guy that I was like, I need to do a little bit more work because I watched him coming into the season, so I had a good idea. But I like Simpson's overall like athletic profile, really good speed. He's played in the slot. He's played even a little bit of safety. He looks comfortable in coverage, but man, he just does not shed enough blocks for me.
Those hybrid guys are giant question marks.
I really struggle to take somebody in the first round that I know that 100% of the time I'm going to have to keep them clean. I mean, I watched like 3-4 games of Simpson last year, and I don't know that I saw him make a single tackle within like the 3 or 4 yard mark that was him getting off a block. I mean, it was just. All the plays he made, he either has to be kept clean, which is fine because he's an awesome athlete. And if you can keep him clean, he can do some really good things for you. He's comfortable in coverage. I think there's a lot of potential there. It worries me when I see these linebackers that just do not have any like block deconstruction ability coming into the league because, you're going to be up against even better offensive linemen than you were in college. And those guys typically end up getting swallowed up. So,
it's the Isaiah Simmons worry. There's just he could play anywhere, but like, are you going to take on Jason Kelce and win that block? Chances are.
It's tough. Inside linebacker, man. It's one of the hardest. It's probably the hardest position for me to evaluate, and I think it's the hardest position aside from quarterback to evaluate in the league because you look at the guys that have went first round recently in recent years, and most of them haven't panned out. I mean, you look at the guys that the Cardinals have taken. Neither one of those guys have panned out. You look at Devin Bush, that didn't pan out in Pittsburgh. Even I know a lot of people think that Devin White's is a really good player because they see his name all the time. Like Devin White's a really good blitzer and he does some good things for Bowles, but like he's still not worth that draft capital that they took to get him. So it's a tough one. And then Micah, Micah was drafted as an inside linebacker, but he pretty much exclusively plays the edge now. So it's a tough position, man. But you see random hits on like day 3. Look at David Long. He was drafted in like the 4th, 5th, 6th round of his draft class, and the same draft class that produced Devin White and Devin Bush. And I think Long's a better player, at least when he's healthy. So
it's definitely it's not a position to rush in the NFL draft, especially when you have other needs. No doubt about it.